The salt never forgets. It remembers everything we bury. The ocean keeps its records with geological patience. 6 years of searching, 6 years of waiting, 6 years. 31 hours awake. The gauge trembles. History rises. Cable tightens. The winch turns. The water churns. 63 meters down. 60 years waiting. The shape emerges. Yellow beams cut through absolute dark. The grill appears first, frame by frame. They lean in. They cannot speak. She's still got herself together. Everyone understands exactly. Arthur Finch spends 3 weeks finding this walnut grain. Reginald drives from Crewe in 1 day, arrives satisfied. The cardiac event ends everything. The car waits outside. Edmund sells the silver, keeps the car.
We need to thread the straps through the subframe here, avoid the body panels completely.
Copy that. The rear mounts look solid enough.
What he was not looking for. Maren Solberg reads the note. Does not sleep tonight. The cable comes up tight. Maren grips the rail. The roofline breaks the surface. Kelp drapes like ceremonial robes. Water sheets off the aluminum. The team stands silent. Maren crouches beside the door, looks without touching anything. The cabinet opens. The flask appears. R.A.C.H. 1948. Stop the dying. Do not pretend it did not happen. Cass prepares her photograph for gallery exhibition in London. School children press face.
She's still got herself together.
Questions. The printer sets the word in metal type. Held. Technicians level the plinth with laser precision. 3 degrees. The framer mounts the consignment note with Japanese hinges. Diana drives from Somerset. She did not know before. Judith returns the flask to family hands. Completing circle. I wasn't looking for it. Nobody ever is. Diana and her daughter stand before the engraving. Silent. The motorway is dark and rain wet. Reflections ghost. Arthur Finch imagines his work outlasting him. It does. Time collapses. All moments present. The car persists. Diana lives with the flask and photograph. Integrated memory. A new researcher finds the note again. Archives wait. Neil Hartley prepares dive gear. Thinks of the car. Cass agrees. Reality is enough. Meaning is extra. The shelf fills with silt. Depression disappears. Ocean reclaims. School groups continue visiting. The car continues speaking history. Diana explains to great-grandchild. The line continues onward. The note waits in acid-free folder. For next eyes. The salt never forgets. Neither, it turns out, do we. The ocean floor is an archive unlike any other. The research vessel sits at anchor. 17 people watch. Maren stands at the stern rail, coffee gone cold. The sonar found it. Third survey, angle and tide. Divers descend through gray-green to blue-black. Lights cut tunnels. The footage shows a ghost. Grill, bonnet, geometry unmistakable. Cass speaks in the galley. Everyone understands exactly. In the final year of Silver Cloud production, heightened care. Reginald takes delivery, drives himself. 1 stop only. The study contains shipping manifests and finished scotch. Death. Edmund keeps the car through desperation, through bankruptcies. The executors commission disposal. The paper trail stops. Nobody looks at the ocean. For 37 years, Patrick Owen stares at the document. Understanding arrives. Maren reads on the train. History has coordinates. Lift operation takes 11 hours. Tension increases. The cable vibrates. The needle rises. The water churns. The roofline emerges. Kelp incrustations. Water streaming. Neil turns away. Presses hand to mouth. Overwhelmed.
Easy now, easy.
Nervously.
Take her down another meter. Watch the port side.
Instinct. Maren walks around the car once. Crouches. Looks inside. The cabinet latch releases. Flask appears. Initials. Judith applies consolidant to walnut. Stopping the delamination.
Confirm, Neil.
Cass
Final
adjusts the
buoy
large
secure.
format print. Checking tonal range. Children ask about seat springs. Teacher explains preservation. The word is locked into chase. Held deep impression. The laser beam checks level. Red line on wood. The framer cuts matte board. Archival gray. Precise. Diana drives toward Swansea. Nervous. Did not know. Judith explains care requirements. Humidity, temperature, tarnished stability. Patrick stands at margins. watching his accidental
Your
legacy.
job is to stop
Diana
the dying.
and daughter before
It is
case.
not to pretend
Looking
it
at
did not
initials.
happen.
Maren watches her reflection. Rain-streaked window. Ghosted face. Arthur runs hand over walnut, imagining permanence, continuity.
He would be so grateful to know you are restoring it with such care.
It's good to be reminded, Judith. It is more than just metal.
Photograph. Settled peace. New researcher turns the page, finding what waits. Neil checks his gear, thinking of blue-black zone. Cass agrees via satellite. Reality is enough, meaning secondary. The depression fills completely. No indication remains. Gone. Visitors continue coming. The car tells its whole story. Diana lifts great-grandchild to sea, explaining family history. The note waits in dark. For next discovery. The salt works into every scene, every thread of chrome. It is a story about time, what we bury. The morning they pulled her up, see like old pewter. Maren had been awake 31 hours, watching the gauge. The sonar return was unmistakable.
Maybe the mystery is enough. Maybe we don't need answers.
Yeah, I think so too.
What the cameras showed was a ghost. Beautiful ruin, Cass said. She still got herself together, meaning survival. The silver cloud.
The goal here is preservation, not restoration. We are stabilizing the decay, but the history encoded in the...
He drove it for 4 years, then died suddenly. Edmund was not his father. Sold the shipping interests. Through all of it, he kept the silver cloud. Inexplicably, in 1983, Edmund died intestate, state minimal. The paper trail stops. The car simply ceases to exist. Nobody looked at the ocean for 37 long years. Patrick Owen found the connection entirely by accident, sideways. Maren read his note on the train. Did not sleep. The lift took 11 hours. Airbag buoys, careful rigging. The corrosion was significant but not catastrophic. Aluminum protected.
But why keep it if they couldn't even drive it?
Well, it teaches us about preservation and the family who owned it.
Then the bonnet, then the windscreen frame, and wheels. Neil turned away from the rail, pressed hand to mouth. Cass photographed continuously.
We need to adjust the forward port corner by 2 millimeters. The tilt is slightly off the survey data.
2 millimeters at the port corner. Confirmed.
Found it once, crouched beside driver's door. The burgundy hide was transformed, fibrous and pale, bone-like. The cocktail cabinet was still closed, latch corrosion frozen. Crystal decanter, empty, sealed, and the...
We must ensure it is kept in a stable environment. Maintain consistent relative humidity and temperature range.
Conservation began in Swansea, Judith Kamara leading. Stop the dying. The car was not being restored. Evidence being preserved. The project attracted public attention. Photographs went everywhere. Diana Cavendish-Holt wrote from Somerset. Edmund's daughter did not know. Judith read the letter to the team, evening after closing. Diana was invited to Swansea, as she drove herself, alone. She stood before the car, asked to hold the flask. The question of what to do was debated at length. Maren's position prevailed. Present has recovered. The exhibition was called Held, opened in Cardiff Spring. The centerpiece was the car itself, lit with depth light. Patrick attended the opening, stood at margins, quiet scholar. Maren found him there. They looked at the car. I wasn't looking for it. Nobody ever is. Maren felt it driving back. Long breath released.
I think so too, folks.
She thought about the car, trying to say something. The hip flask was returned to Diana.
How do the springs work if it was underwater?
They've been specially conserved. See how the curve allows the weight to be distributed evenly.
What's that?
That belonged to your great-great-grandfather. He carried it with him always, especially when he was at sea. We keep it here to remember him.
Call from Azores. Yeah, I think so too. Agreement across distance. The sea went on with its business. Shelf now empty, but the car was in Cardiff. Tilted at recovery angle, the hip flask was on a mantelpiece in Somerset. And somewhere in Bristol Maritime Archive, the note waits. The salt never forgets. Neither, it turns out, do we? Cannot explain why. Dead intestate in Swansea. The keys wait on table. Patrick Owen finds whelmed. Cast photographs continue. The cable came up tight. Maren set down coffee. The first thing to break surface was roofline corner. Shutter rapid in the silence. The car lowered onto cradle. Seawater ran off everything. Maren walked around flask. Silver cap tarnished near black. Engraving legible. R.A.C.H. 1948. Closing the circle. It was not a triumphant ending. Threads not tied neatly. But things had been found, preserved, seen, named, given back. Neil thought about the silver cloud more than expected. He told Cass about it later. Satellite. Large rectangular object car. Neil and Cass descended, lights punching yellow tunnels. Cloud was built at Crew.
Why keep a car you couldn't drive? It looks totally ruined. We're preserving it exactly as it was found, connecting us to the moment it was recovered.
Spring 1962. Reginald made his money in shipping. Ordered his fourth.
We need absolute certainty on the 63-meter attitude. What's the laser reading on the port tilt?
It's holding steady at 3 degrees, matching the survey data precisely.
Hand to mouth. Overwhelmed, Cass photographs continuously, not looking through viewfinder.
I can hardly believe we're finally going to see it.
It's going to be wonderful, Mum.
We recommend keeping it in this archival box. The tarnish provides a stable environment, so maintaining consistent...
I wasn't looking for it.
Nobody ever is.
All times present, simultaneously. The car persists. Always. Diana sits by fire. Flask and photograph. Settled peace. New researcher turns the page. Finding what waits. Neil checks his gear, thinking of blue-black zone. Cass agrees via satellite. Reality is enough, being secondary. The depression fills completely. No indication remains. Gone. Visitors continue coming. The car tells its whole story. Diana lifts great-grandchild to sea, explaining family history. The note waits in dark. For next discovery. The salt works into every seam, every thread of chrome. It is a story about time, what we bury. The morning they pulled her up, see like old pewter. Maren had been awake 31 hours.
I am still here, despite everything. I am still here.